Welcome, Game Replays. This is Ami Polizei Funk. I'm here with the Sunday Night Fights crew, bringing you more semi-live COH action. This is Company of Heroes on GameReplays.org. This is our new, spanking new Justin TV broadcasting channel, and we plan to bring you some excellent games tonight from the tournament number 19XIX. But before we get into that, check this out. Let's get ready to rumble! We're back at you. This is Ami Polizei Funk. I'm here with Yoink and Biosparks and NTD. This is the Season 2 of Sunday Night Fights. And we are here with a fancy new high production values. We got overlays contributed by Seb that NTD needs to change, by the way. And we got, he's got it right. Never mind. I'm slow. And we've got a spanking new video by Lethem and a new original soundtrack by Linsky. It's good stuff, right? What do you think of that video, Yoink?
That video, seriously, is one of the greatest pieces of music editing and video editing that I have seen come out of Sunday Night Fights in a very long time. I think that's a great intro. We have some talented people working on the show, and it just is a true credit to all of them. And I tell you, this season of Sunday Night Fights, our viewers know this is the most fun you can have with your clothes on. I know I am. How about you, Ami?
Well, I have to admit, I don't have all of my clothes on.
I thought we talked about this, man. This is, we said fully clothed shoutcasting only, but that's okay. It's a season opener, so we can play it a little loose.
Okay, imagine me in a really cool, nerdy, like relic t-shirt that they sent to Night Stalker 2 years ago that he never sent out to the tournament winners, and a black blazer. How's that?
That's pretty nice. That, you know, you're a sharp-dressed man, and I know that you take your shoutcasting seriously, so I approve of that.
All right, so enough mumble jumble. We got some games for you tonight. This is the semifinals. If you were here right at 8 p.m. GMT start time, then you saw Aimstrong with a wicked performance as Americans on this very same map of Langres in Normandy in France. And you saw him give a whooping to former dominant GR tournament perennial winner Dr. Horse. So now we get to follow Aimstrong into the semifinals, where I think he's got his work cut out for him in the likes of another Ruka clan member, Kot. Now, Kot is a badass.
Yeah, you know, Aimstrong's last game, it showed he is a true pro. He was able to micro 3 pieces of armor all at the exact same time, keeping them in constant motion, and while Dr. Horse is a champion, boy, having 3 M10s, 2 M10s and an M8 in your base is just too much for any player, and he was overwhelmed. So now, like you said, another Ruka top player is going to go up against Aimstrong, and let's see if Aimstrong's Wehrmacht now will be able to take on Kot's Brit army.
Yep, we saw PE and Americans in our first little tailgater party game, our quarterfinals matchup, and now in the semis we get to see the English versus the Wehrmacht. Those young enlistees of the German army. So we'll have seen all 4 factions in 2 games. That's not bad. So without further ado, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. I'm at 5 seconds. I'm going to be following Kot. My man Yoink is going to be following Aimstrong, a.k.a. Simon. And our cameraman Entity, I assume, is ready to go. I'm going to count this down. Are you ready, Mr. Yoink?
Let's do it. I'm paused at 5, ready for the action.
All right, let's unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I heard birds tweeting on the newly remodeled Langres.
Now, let me tell you, looking at Aimstrong's base, we have 4, count them, 4 Pioneer squads queued up. Looks like we are going for some old school Pio spam in the south.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now we know that Pios have suffered a nerf and that Pio spam isn't half as strong as it was in the last patch. I mean, I don't know the specifics exactly. I'm not the big math guy as far as the strategies goes. Maybe somebody can chat to us, or perhaps you know the exact... Where's Biosparks when we need him? Oh, I have to give a shout to Biosparks. He would know this, but he can't cast games on Langres because he's got a crappy computer that lags. So hopefully we can get Biosparks in there if some of these other players selected some different maps. And they're actually using the veto system for the semifinals, and that's something new that Budweiser introduced.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I apologize. It wasn't 4 Pioneers that were being queued up here in the South Base. It's 7! The 7th Pioneer squad is now being queued up and sent out of Aimstrong's base in the South.
Now, I watched a game with Rizky versus Sefa on Semwa, and Rizky played this sort of mass Pioneer start straight into Tier 2. Do you think we're going to see that, perhaps, from Aimstrong?
I don't know, but we have 7 full health Pioneer squads now, capping 5 separate territories on the field now, and now we're getting our first bit of combat here in this one of these southern medium fuel points right here. They are just going to be able to cap it, and now it looks like they are going to stand and fight with a little backup from a second Pioneer squad coming in here. Just a little bit of combat right now here in the center. It looks like these Pioneer squads, though, are going to get the butt kicks out of them.
Yeah, that's 4 on 6. Not good numbers, but they both sort of soft retreat out. Whoa, those Pios are getting bold. They're gonna chase that squad.
Ammo storage facility is being overrun.
You know, this is a challenge. Pio spamming is actually very challenging for a lot of players because you got to be able to spread your units out at the right time and then bring them together to blob them when you know you got to do it. Like looks like what's happening right here in the center. We got 3 Pioneer squads all trying to engage these 2 Brit infantry units in some very slow combat right now.
Supply lines are broken. We have a territory.
So the Brits get a little star when their lieutenant is nearby. Yeah, well, that's what a lot of counterpeng power will get you, right? It doesn't get you much fighting ability, but it gets you a hell of a lot of map control. And you know they're withstanding pretty well. You know they got some bags there to cap by, and you know they're one by one out of the house and back in the house.
You know, this is actually some very tight strategy here by Aimstrong. He knows that in one-to-one engagements, his Pioneers, of course, are very weak, so he's using the map to his absolute advantage, and he's putting Pioneers into a house where they can really hold off for a very long time against British infantry. I mean, look, the British infantry is doing almost no damage to the Pioneers in the house. So he's keeping this incredible, almost 1,000 manpower worth of British infantry at bay. They can't move, they can't really do any damage. It's really smart play while he just caps the rest of the field.
Unbelievable. I am very impressed by these Pioneers. And look at this, Flamers upgrade right on top of the Brit base. Oh my goodness. They're squirming and they're burning. I smell rotten flesh and fronds. It's horrible. And that's, I mean, let's look at what Aimstrong preserved.
Look at what he just did. He basically had 60 manpower's worth of German infantry hold off about 1,500 manpower of British infantry. I mean, that is some serious balance in your favor.
My. And sure enough, it is Tier 2 that has gone up straight to Tier 2.
Yeah, you're right. Down there in the south, thanks for pointing that out. We got some Tier 2 going on. We have enormous map control by the German player now, although it looks like one Pioneer squad's got to retreat from behind that hay bale. But again, you know, Aimstrong's keeping that center stone house occupied, and he's able to just hold off this infantry. Well, now it looks like he finally realized that not even the stone of that house is going to keep this much British infantry at bay. Grenadiers now on the field, engaging this British infantry right from behind that hay bale.
For the fatherland and a grenade. Oh, filthy grenade! Nasty. One infantry squad has to retreat instantly. We still got 4, well now 3. It's a 3-on-4 now, and the Brits have to retreat. That first grenade from the Grens was fantastic. For the fatherland and a grenade. And I think For the Fatherland also helps save the life of a retreating pilot squad. In all of this, Aimstrong's only lost 1 squad, is that correct?
That's I saw one Pio squad go down, and that's it. I mean, the really being able to Aimstrong's ability to maximize his manpower is just astounding right now. He has held off so much British manpower with so few units. It's some seriously pro play. I mean, Kot is on his heels right now. He has got to do something.
Flamers fighting the Brits off of that side ammo point, and a half-track right up in the business. That's, of course, loaded up with some infantry, and the guns on the half-track, when it first comes out, are pretty... He's the big gun, isn't he?
He's suppressed everything. He's suppressing from front and behind. And no damage to the half-track at all right now. None whatsoever. And now, dude, that British base is just in the worst position. This Flamer is just going to cook them, and they have no place to retreat to. This is a slaughter.
I think that Kot built 2 lieutenants hoping that eventually this nightmare would end and he could go cap some of the map, but it's not ending.
Yeah, and you see what's going on here is that while Kot is in his base desperately trying to fight off 1 unit, the entire rest of the German army is just basically running rampant around the field. Sement has 125 fuel in the bank and just about 120 manpower. I mean, he can go in any direction he wants right now. He can upgrade, he can buy vet, he can do whatever. I mean, really, the Brit player is on his heels.
You mean Aimstrong, of course. I think Sement is in a quarterfinals match, last I heard, with Seb. So the winner of Seb and Sement fight the winner of Cefa and, let's see, Fireball, who's otherwise known as Tortuga in this tournament. And so that could be a really hot matchup on the bottom of the bracket.
I misspoke. I saw Simon and said Sement instead. I should have said Aimstrong. I'm sorry.
No
now
problem,
Flamers
no
again
problem.
Look at these Flamers again doing dirty work. Boy, this house is just... I tell you, Kot has just got to hate this house and regret ever putting his... Oh my goodness! Down goes that Flamer squad. I didn't see how it happened. There was just a big explosion in the house. Not sure where it came from.
My God. He's only got 1 lieutenant left. He's trying to bring the second truck in. He's only got 2 points on the entire map. Oh, man. Oh, another lieutenant dies. You know, now sometimes, you know, you see a short replay and you think, short replay is no good, that's not a good game. But you know what? This was an awesome game. My goodness, I wish I could do that to some Brit, right? Wow.
Really, you know, this shows some very, very high-level thinking on the part of Aimstrong. Like I said before, he was able to maximize certain units to just get the most mileage out of them that he possibly could. I mean, putting those Pioneers in positions where they would take almost no damage from British infantry shows a very high level of thinking here. And then also putting Flamers right where he needed to put them to damage that British infantry. I mean, he was able to hold off so much manpower with so few men using the map. That's very smart play.
And just a beautiful early half-track, Wehrmacht half-track coming in and just wrecking house. Wow. So, all right, well, we're going to take another quick little break and see if we can dig up either Game 2 of this series or another game from one of the other fantastic series that is going on at this very moment. So, we'll be right back. See you soon.
See you soon.